Hello, kings, queens, and all those in between, and today we are going to be reacting to one of my favourite subreddits, r/accidentaallie. Now, in case you are unaware, accidental ally is when someone tries to spread hate to the LGBTQ community, but they end up accidentally saying something super supportive and being an accidental ally. So, let's not waste too much time and get straight into it. So first up, we have this classic image from The Simpsons, and it says, "Dear trans community, don't tell me I have to accept you for who you are when you couldn't accept yourself for who you are." Yeah, okay, this is like classic r/accidental ally, and I completely agree. I was not able to accept myself as non-binary, but now I have accepted myself, and I thank the person who posted this for that support. But no, it's very funny. I believe a lot of posts in this subreddit are just people with bad grammar. I'm sure we'll see a lot of those. But yeah, if we just ignore the first bit of this post, this person is clearly happy that we now accept ourselves for who we truly are. Yay! Okay, so this one is a bit different. This is a meme about the government being trans allies, but it says, "Trans troops being forced out of the military before World War III starts." Very true. I am also grateful for this. But yeah, no, it's very true. It's obviously just like another way for the government, especially over in America, to like try and segregate trans people and to try and like, cut them off from the rest of society. But at the same time, can we complain too much if it gets us out of going to war? For the record, yes, we probably should complain about this. It's basically segregation, but still, you get my... So, I'm guessing by the title of this one that this is a trans woman, and someone in the comments, I'm guessing a transphobe, said, "Still a woman." And then someone replied saying, "IDK if you're supporting or trying to hate," which, yes, it's very funny. You will probably see a lot throughout this video. A lot of the posts on this subreddit are just transphobes getting confused over the term trans woman and trans man, and confusing, who's a trans woman, who's a cis woman, and they just get very confused, probably because, they're not very smart, but don't tell anyone I said that. But no, honestly, I would just take this as complete allyship. Yay, they are supporting you. Okay, this next post, I can't even tell if it's transphobia or if it's someone who just doesn't have a lot of experience with trans people, but it's a text message. The title of this post is 2 days in a row, so I don't know if this is a message that the poster received, but essentially it says, "I think you cosplay as a woman. Not 100% sure what that means. Do they like cosplay a lot, I guess? And then, stop doing that a long time ago, then you would live as a man, not a woman. Yes." Like, you see what I mean? This is just straight up someone being supportive. I guess they were like a little confused at first because potentially I'm guessing this is maybe a trans man, and before they transitioned, maybe they cosplay a lot of female characters. Not really sure of the full context, to be honest, but I choose to take this as just someone being straight up supportive. They literally said he should live as a man. I guess I still shouldn't assume they use he, him pronouns, but yeah. Okay, yes, this is just another one of those classic accidental ally posts I was telling you about. So this person says, "I'm not confused, I know I'm a man. You're confused, saying you feel like a gal. How could you possibly know that being a guy? You have no idea what it feels like to feel like a gal. You need serious counselling and I hope you get fixed." And then the person replies, "Dude, I'm literally AFAB." For those who don't know, hi Nan and Grandad, I know you're watching this video, assigned female at birth. Yeah, again, it's just transphobes being confused, but I would personally take it. They are literally saying that you are hold on, let me read this again. They are literally saying that you feel like a guy, so you are a guy, and yeah. Again, allyship. I can't wait for the day that somebody gets confused and accidentally validates my gender. And then again, my gender doesn't point to male or female, so probably won't happen, but still. Okay, we have once again got transphobes being confused. I wonder why this happens so much. Is it because they're not actually very smart, as I said earlier? Anyway, so first person says, "I'm sorry, what is your authority in this subject? Because an ad hominem," again, sorry, dyslexia, "attack without offering anything constructive is pretty cringe, my guy." And then the next person replies, "If you're stupid enough to think women can be men, then you can't be taken seriously, little fella. See his massive gut? I mean big fella." Oh my god, that's so cringe. "Stick to things you know, like being a disappointment to your bloodline. That's so..." And then this third person, well, I guess it's like the first person again. That's so sweet of you to say. I do appreciate it when people are so thoughtful when affirming my gender identity." Yeah, so say it with me now. Transphobes being confused. But this one, you know, this one's kind of cringe because he does that thing where he, like, puts the actions in, like, brackets. You know what I mean? When someone types their actions. Like, to already go after this person's weight, but then you have to do it like that in such a cringy way as well. And then they obviously say, being a disappointment to your bloodline, which a bit harsh. And I just want to say, in my case, I'm a disappointment to my bloodline for completely different reasons. It has nothing to do with my gender identity, okay? Thank you. I still can't get over the little fella in brackets sees massive gut. Oh, I mean big fella. That is just such a crazy thing to type. Okay, guys, you heard it here first. There is, in fact, no gender. Checkmate, liberals. You're saying there's 64 genders when there is, in fact, actually none. Can I just say, this is very affirming to my personal gender identity, which is basically, I don't associate with any. But I don't know how affirming this is for cis and trans women and cis and trans men. But at least now if someone ever says I have to be either a man or a woman, I have this source of this random post from Reddit that proves to them that there is actually no gender. Guys, you know what it's time for. It's time for transphobes being confused. This person says, you are a man. Then this person replies, you are a bigger. I hope you have the day you deserve. And then this person replies, you too, sir. And this person replies, thanks, I am a sir, lol. Like, it's just so funny. Like, imagine actually, like, arguing with someone and they think they're insulting you heavily when, in fact, they're just affirming your gender. But it's like, it's so dumb because, like, they see someone that's a trans man, but because they present as a man, they assume that a trans woman, which is dumb because it proves that gender is more on how you present than it is on, like, any, like, what organs you have or whatever. And it's also obviously a thing that a lot of people have pointed out. If someone is, like, a trans woman, why would that mean that they were AFAB? Like, if they identify as a woman, they're not going to say, I'm a trans man, because they identify as a woman. So why would they call themselves a man, even if it's saying a trans man? But transphobes can't even possibly put the idea of trans people and, like, trans women and women together. That it just doesn't compute in their brains, so they look really dumb. Yeah, this is what a man looked like in my day, you little hairless lady boys. Ha ha ha. 1990s, 2020s, 25 years old. Man declares he prefers bears to twinks in a failed attempt to come off as hetero. I mean, hey, to the person that posted this picture, if that's your preference, you go for it, you know. You look for a big, strong, hairy man who you definitely don't want to top you. But yeah, it is so true, no. Like, you always see people being like, oh, men need to have big muscles and, like, do all these things and, like, fit this perfect mold. And obviously, there's a lot of that for women as well. But it's like, if you aren't looking for a man, if you aren't sexually attracted to men, why do you care what they look like? Like, I know, it's giving a little gay. Okay, so I'm so confused by this one. I don't even know, like, what these messages are on. Maybe it's some sort of game. But a person says, what you said is kind of crazy. I say gay people can have kids. Fact. And then someone replies, correct, they can. Is this just two people stating facts? I mean, you know, obviously there are plenty of ways for, like, gay people to have kids if they want to. You know, adoption, sperm donation, tons of ways. But, like, I generally don't get how this is even, much like another one early in the video, I don't get how this is even accidental ally, because, like, these two people are just saying facts, aren't they? This almost feels like there's more context, or maybe the second person to type, was being, like, homophobic earlier, and now, like, it's got all confused and I really know. Okay, so this next one is really wholesome. It's like an accidental ally, but it's not even, like, trying to be transphobic originally. It's just like a funny birthday card. So, the outside says, it's not what you're born with, it's how you accessorize. And then it says inside, happy birthday to someone who's always known that. That is actually just so wholesome. Like, I'm guessing, like, these people who made this card, like, obviously don't know anything about them. Potentially they don't know much about trans people, I'm not really sure. But yeah, that is just straight up a trans card, and that is so wholesome. Oh my god. Oh my god, this one I literally made a short about. Okay, sure, you call yourself a gender fluid or some shit. Just don't expect me not to call you by male or female terms assigned at birth. Hey you, we all know you're a man. Look at those broad shoulders and that hairy beard, you man. Let's go, woohoo, I pass as a man, I look masculine. Wait, no, I mean, fine, then you'll always be a woman. We know you're truly a woman. Look at that slender waist and those other features that women have. Yay, I look feminine at the same time. That's such a nice compliment. Thank you. Damn it, wait, no, then you're nothing. You allude gender. You're neither gender. Ha, take that. Yes, somehow I even pass as gender neutral. Let's go. I'm so happy. Oh, I paused the recording for some reason. I'm guessing by that last bit they mean whatever you were signed up above, I'm gonna call you. But like, this is the dumb thing, right? Because you have someone who uses he, she, they pronouns, and then people to like try and get them will be like, all right, he, and it's like I still associate with he, not me personally, obviously, but like people out there, like they still associate with he, they just associate with she and they as well, and it's like, so how are you insulting them? It's like it's kind of cool because it's like it's impossible to misgender me. You're always gonna be affirming my gender no matter what you say. Hey, I generally have no clue what this next one even means. It might have to be the intro to this video, because it's just some person who tweeted out, "Gal think very toxic." I don't even see how this one's ally, but I'm guessing it's just trying to say, gals should be dumb, they shouldn't go to school, which is very funny, because this guy clearly did not go to school by how he's, like, typing. This one's just so funny because of how simple it is. Guys, can you believe it is time for some more transphobes being confused about terminology? No, trans men hope, wait, what? No, trans men, nope, they are still men. Great, typing and grammar. Trans men are indeed men, someone replies. Yeah, again, it's just, maybe, like, learn about the thing you're trying to argue about. Because, again, if someone identifies as a man, they're not going to say, I'm a trans woman. They're going to say, I'm a trans man. Okay, so here we got messages between two people on Reddit, and it says, yo, WTF you laughing at, gay boy? And then someone replies, you, obviously, how does it feel? And then the other person replies, no, F off F slur. I'll actually read the title to this post, because I realised that does not sound like allyship, and the title gives a bit more context. Wasn't active on Reddit when this happened, but as an F to M, I get gender euphoria when bigots think I'm a gay cis dude, like this guy clearly did. That's quite funny, because it's like, that's still targeting me of bigotry, but it's kind of affirming something about me. This is so funny, because if this person found out you were trans, I also highly doubt they would be accepting of that. You could even get some other slurs thrown your way. So as weird as it is to say, this might be the one moment where getting called a slur is low-key affirming. That's quite funny. They just think you're a gay man. I mean, you are just a gay man, but yeah. Okay, so here we have this artwork. I don't know who it was posted by, or that looks like either Twitter or Reddit, maybe even Instagram. I honestly have no clue. And then this enlightened Christian replied saying, sheeps don't stand. Oh, thank you for this information. I thought for a second sheeps do stand. I hate it when people spread misinformation on the internet. So thank you for clearing that up. I would have never have known otherwise. Jesus isn't black. I mean, you know, he literally is if you look at where he comes from, but, you know, we won't get into that right now. LGBT doesn't skip rope. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise now that I'm non-binary I wasn't allowed to skip rope. Oh, I might have not become non-binary if I had known that. Trans men aren't women, and then we have the accidental allyship, obviously, of transphobes just find it impossible to actually understand basic English, which is funny, because that's what they say we do. And then the last one is, you're not a pastor. I mean, I don't know the context. I'm guessing this person wasn't claiming to be I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Pastor, you know, the person who works in the church. I'm guessing this person wasn't claiming to be one of them just because they're posting something about Jesus. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.